Hello, Yahweh, Hashem, Hashai, Hashem, Rakal Kodesh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Shalom, double honors to the elders, GMS, great millstone, Shalom, Shalom to elect, and toe ties for the scattered world greetings. We call ourselves the hope elect because we don't know who the elect are in these times. Shalom. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7, and deliver just Lot. Let me go back. Verse 6. Oh, wait. No, not there. Alright. Verse 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. So, as in the days of Noah was, the people back then only thought about, what? Let's get it. Genesis 6, verse 5. And Yahweh, you see all caps God, that means Yahweh, because it's all caps. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So as in the days of Noah, the people in Noah's time period, all their thoughts was only evil. Evil things, devilish thoughts back then. And the scriptures speak about as in the days of Noah for this time period. So in this modern day, these people's thoughts is only evil, devilish thoughts. Wickedness, adultery, fornication, wrath, malice, all that. As it is written about in Ecclesiastes, there is nothing new under the sun. Let's get GNT. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. GNT. What has happened before will happen again. What has been done before will be done again. There is nothing new in the whole world. As in the days of Noah, so will it be in these modern time periods. There is nothing new under the sun. KJV, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. The thing that hath been, as in the days of Noah, it is that which shall be in the future. And we're in that future now since the days of Noah. And that which is done is that which shall be done. That which is done, devilish thoughts in Noah's time period only, is that which shall be done. Devilish thoughts in these modern peoples only. And there is no new thing under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. As it is in the days of Noah, so will it be now. Reincarnation is biblical. Wicked people come back. Same thing. And spare not the old world, but save Noah. Noah was the elect of his time period. The eighth person. Only 8 people were saved. 8 souls were saved in the time of Noah. And 8 represents new beginnings in numbers. Right hand side. Not evilness with numbers. Like witchcraft with numbers. On the right hand side, good side, 8 new beginnings. Preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Noah was preaching about his time period, about repent and be converted. But then people did not hear him, and they were destroyed in the flood. So by Noah doing that, the flood came, because Noah first had to preach, then came with the flood. The flood couldn't come without Noah preaching. Why? Because surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Let's get that. Amos 3 and 6. Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Sure the Lord Yahweh will do nothing. The Most High was not going to bring upon the flood without sending first forth his prophet Noah to preach, repent, give them a chance. But they didn't listen. But he revealed his secret unto his servants the prophets. Noah was preaching to whom Yahweh wanted him to preach of that time period. Before Yahweh sent the flood to destroy them people, they had a chance. That's what I was speaking about. Whom the Most High had Noah preach to, is who he preached to. And then the flood came. They couldn't go flood and then to preach. They had a chance to repent. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example, an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. They were set forth as an example, Sodom and Gomorrah and the like cities round about, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Verse 7, and delivered just Lot. Lot was the elect of Sodom and Gomorrah, in the cities of like manner. Lot was the elect to be delivered from that destruction. And delivered just Lot. Lot was a just man. Not just Lot. Oh, Lot made it out with his daughters. His wife turned around, looked back. And you can read it for the full story. This just right here is referring to Lot being a just man. I read it like this. And delivered righteous Lot, vexed with the filthy compensation of the wicked. Now let's pull that up. So Lot was a righteous man. And delivered just Lot. Let's click on just to prove the point.
Strong's G 1342. Dikaios.
Righteous, observing divine laws. Innocent, faultless, guiltless. So Lot was observing the divine laws. But this is before Moses. Yes, yes, this is before Moses, before the 10 Commandments. There was laws back then about the Most High's laws before the 10 Commandments. You had laws back then orally about the Most High's laws. Just so you know. Just Lot, vexed. So come vexed.
Strong's G 2669. Katapaneo.
To afflict or oppress with evils, exhaust, vexed, exhausted with the filthy. Click on filthy.
Strong's G 766. As-el-gaya.
Alright, we'll look up this word right here. Sexually unrestrained. Ew, it's terrible. Lasciviousness, outrage, shamelessness, insolence. Click on insolence. Unbridled lust. Yep, Sodom and Gomorrah was known for that. Ooh. Remember when the angel came, they were trying to sleep with the angel, and by sleep I mean sex with the angel. And the angel would have been looking masculine. These are men trying to have sleep with another man, another looking man, masculine and all that. That is terrible. That angel did not come looking like a straight up woman. That angel came looking like a man. And another man going after another man? That's awful. Of the wicked. Let's see what wicked has.
Strong's G 113. Athismas.
One who breaks through the restraint of law and gratifies his lusts. So yeah, sleeping with animals, unbridled lust toward animals, just fulfilling your lusts, whatever they may be. Lot was vexed with all that. Same thing today. The elect is being vexed with all this unbridled lust and everything else. And TV shows, movies, going to work, going to a store, going to your local Walmart or whatever store you go to, seeing all these skittle people, LGBTQ, YouTube. You could be watching YouTube with your children, and YouTube will show something with some nakedness. You say, what is this? Why is this on here? I am with children. Why? What did I do? What did I do to type in to get this? I was just looking for a song. And something along the lines of child-friendly music, you know? And you see this. Man, this place is vexing. It truly is vexing. You're with your children watching TV or whatever, you know? And some LGBTQ ad comes up or they slip it into the show. Now you got to go into telling your children that's wrong, that ain't right. 2 women, 2 men ain't supposed to be together. What kind of place is this? And you know, Lot was just. He came back as an Israelite, the reincarnation. Man, this place is vexing. And I just went through something similar to that, you know? I was on YouTube looking up something. You know, the child mentions it. So, you know, you go looking it up. It's just for a little snippet of something just to show the child. And it was child friendly. And here goes some nakedness showing up. Here goes some of, how you pronounce this word, litigiousness showing up. Disregard for rules, laws, and moral norms. On YouTube. Yet they take down the brother's pages. It was on the thumbnail. How could they be vexed with the filthy conversation? Let me see if I went to. I didn't know if. Let's go on conversation.
Strong's G 391. Anastrafe. Anastrafe.
Manner of life, conduct, behavior. Yeah, I didn't click on it. Anastrafe. And deliver the righteous Lot, vexed with the filthy, unrestrained sexual bridal lust. Lot was vexed with all that. With the filthy lifestyles. You know, conversation, anastrophe in the Greek is according to your lifestyles, your manner of life, how you live your life. Lot was vexed with all that. Of the wicked, the ones that just fulfill their lusts, break the divine laws. Because Lot, he was following divine laws. You know, there were oral divine laws back then. Before the 10 Commandments with Moses. Because, yeah, the laws back then, were the divine laws they were following were what? Oral. Back then, with Lot in this time period. So, yeah, because to sleep with your own mother sexually, Lot would have known that was wrong. But this is before the 10 Commandments. It was oral back then. Laws back then, you know, they had them orally of the divine laws. And this is before the time of the 10 Commandments, you know, with Moses having it all written out like that. It's before that. You know, it's a different topic, but how did Abel know what to do? You know, Adam, he was given laws, commandments. No. They had laws back then. That's how Abel knew what to do with the sacrifice. Versus Cain was incorrect. And Adam was given laws, you know, to rule. You know, Adam and the reincarnations, Yahweh Shai, Adam was, you know, sons of God. You know that. He had a mother and father, you know. Leave his father and mother, Salakia, I should have said. Adam had a father and mother, you know, leave the father and mother, cleave unto his wife. How we have known, he had a father and mother back then. People before Adam, Adamites, all that different topic. Yeah, Adam had laws. So it just goes into that. And the mind, the 6-part, all that. Breathing in the breath of life. Adam was alive, but when he got the breath of life, you know, he got the commandments and all that. Before he came to the truth, he was like alive. You could walk, talk, eat, sleep, all that. When you got this truth, you got the breath of life. He was quickened, alive with the scriptures. And how wish I had quickened us in this time period. And hopefully we live the elect. Different topic. You know, you had male and female created before Adam. Adam had a father and a mother. Before Adam, you had a father and mother. So Adam was not the first man. Then later down the line, you get Adam. Eve was not taken out of a literal rib. Laban and Jacob. Laban was like, this is bone. This is. Oh, I'm butchering it. Genesis 29:14. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. Jacob and Laban were relatives. So Eve was not a literal rib. And who was going to kill Cain? He had the mark set upon him. You see the point. So there were people before Adam. Man was created in the 5,000 year of creation. Genesis 1:26. And the evening and the morning were the Verse 20. And Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth, in the open firmament of heaven. Waters came forth what? The moving creature. Man is a moving creature. And Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, every winged fowl after his kind. Elohim saw that it was good, and Elohim blessed them, saying, be fruitful, multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day, 5,000 years. So man came around the 5,000 year. Man is what? A moving creature. Creation means something created. Moving creation. Just one thing that's listed as a moving creature is man. Let's get back on topic. Yeah, moving creature, you got other moving creatures, animals and stuff, insects and the rest of it, but back on topic. And if you can receive it, Moses in the reincarnation is King David, was also Peter in the reincarnation. Apostle Peter with Yahushua in the reincarnation. And these times he came back as who? King Mashah with the elder Apostle Tahar, this time period now. And King Mashah, he went back to the spirit world. So, yeah. Verse 8, for that righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. Man, that'd be awful to live in an apartment next to an LGBTQ couple, hearing two men having sex in the bed. And an example of that, going back to Genesis 35:22, and it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. I'm going to use this as an example. 2 Samuel chapter 16:22. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. So they in the sight of all Israel. That's terrible. Just imagine Lot. You live in an apartment building, you hear two men in bed. That's awful. Just imagine how Lot must have felt. So they said, in seeing and hearing. So more than likely he saw. Look, glance.
Strong's G 990. Blama.
So yeah, he saw them doing wickedness, and he heard them.
Strong's G 189. Aka.
Yeah, not more than likely. He saw them 100% doing wickedness. He heard them doing wickedness. So can you imagine that? You living next door to some skittle people and you hearing them. Oh man. It's terrible. Well, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. That's why America, this place got to go. It has to be destroyed. Let's get that. Suffering the vengeance. That's Isaiah 13, yeah. The vengeance. Oh. Isaiah 13. Scroll down. No. It was actually Jude 1 and 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
They shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye even as Sodom and Gomorrah, and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication, and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah, and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication, and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and the houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
This place Babylon got to go. Let's go on to 17. I will stir up the Medes against him. Who is the Medes? The Russians. Medes is what you call the Russians. That's who that is. But shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Ain't gonna be able to bite them off. They're gonna shoot them missiles. They're bows. What do bows shoot? Bows shoot arrows. Arrows and ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. They're basically like the same type of weapon. ICBM is an upgraded form of an arrow. Even ChatGPT can go into it. Be like they're similar. The shape, aerodynamics, they're both shot up with something. Something bow shoots it. They need something to propel it. Arrow uses the bow and string to propel it. Missile has whatever it has to propel it. Use the example of the silo. Silos propel the missile like a bow and a string. Submarines, they have their own thing. So on and so forth. Their bows, ICBMs, also shall dash young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Pregnant women is going to still get hit with their children, Hebrew sons. You know, the sons continue the lineage. Without the sons, the nations die off. Well, it's going to be sons, little girls, little boys, children. It's going to be children, not just the little boys. You know, boys, without the boys, the sons, there is no lineage. So, yeah. It's going to be little girls, little boys, children. And Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms. Who is the glory of kingdoms today? Is it South America? Is it Korea? Is it China? It's America. New York City is known across the world. You don't even have to speak English. You don't know what New York City is, where it, or may not know where, but you don't know about New York City. So the big city life. America is the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency. Chaldeans was the wise men of ancient Babylon. That's going to take place in America, That's going into the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all of them. Where is their headquarters and where they rule from across the world. And going even deeper of what I'm saying is, what has their iron fist on the world? What nation do they control that controls the rest of the world? It's America. What's the Rothschild's hammer? It's America. And all the other nations are like, and every other problem to America is like a nail. But Yahweh Shemel Shai is raising up these other nations, got a coalition, a confederate of these other nations coming against America, Babylon the Great, so that the hammer of the whole earth will be broken. And that was also written about in Isaiah, the hammer of the whole earth. You see Russia now being raised up. You think of Russia like and all them other nations with Russia. No, you got a hammer, but these nails is looking mighty dangerous. Mighty hard to hammer now. That's because Yahweh Shemel Shai has prepared Russia, pursuing Ezekiel 38. Be thou a guard unto him. Be thou a guard unto them. A guard unto who? Russia is going to be a guard unto these other nations that have a coalition with Russia to come against America, Babylon the Great. And so throughout Ezekiel 38, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. By what? Suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Sodom and Gomorrah ain't burning today, but it's known about it. Sodom and Gomorrah is known to have burnt. It's not on fire today. It was on fire, but the example of it being on fire is now known eternally. People know about Sodom and Gomorrah. They were destroyed by fire. And people outside of Christianity, they don't know that. They don't know that. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. No more humankind will live here. Isaiah 34 goes into that. Revelation chapter 18 verse 2 goes into that. What was it, verse 3? Let's go to it. Revelation chapter 18. Let's see. Nope, it was Revelation chapter 18 verse 2. I'll go to verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. It's not going to be inhabited again. What's going to be here when the fires die down? Wild beasts of the desert. That's what's going to be here. Isaiah 34 goes into that. Let's go to it. Verse 11, Isaiah 34 verse 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And it shall stretch out upon it the lines of confusion, the stones of emptiness. The line of confusion, you ain't gonna know which state was which. This here state is New York City. This state here is Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. You ain't gonna be able to know none of that. It's gonna be a desert here. And the stones of emptiness. Wow. You ain't gonna have no more buildings, no none of that. It's going to be devoid of humans. It's going to be empty of humans over here. 12. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and that should be an habitation of dragons, and a court for owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. None of this place is going to be destroyed once the fires die down. Wild beasts of the desert shall lie here. Thorns shall come from the palaces. You ain't gonna have no everything over here is gonna be liquefied. Where there was once a palace, you're gonna have thorns, nettles and brambles. Where there was once a fortress, but there's nothing going to be remaining standing. It's all going to be liquefied. Satyr is a type of animal. It's not going to be some half goat man running around. But that's what Revelation 18 verse 2 goes into about. Wild beasts of the desert shall lie here in America. Also Isaiah 13 speaking of that. It's never going to be inhabited by humans ever again. It's going to be destroyed, liquefied. Zechariah 14 and 12 goes into that. Besom of destruction. What's that? A wall of fire sweeping and destroying. It's in the scriptures. Besom goes in the broom. Besom of destruction is in the scriptures. Verse 21. But wild beasts in the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Satyr is a type of animal, as I said before. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses. Slakia got cut off there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. In their desolate houses, where there was once a house, you're going to have wild beasts of the desert. Where there was once palaces, you're going to have wild beasts of the desert. And her time, America's time, is near to come, to be destroyed. That's what that means. And her days shall not be prolonged. It's not going to be, well, it's the time of destruction, but let's prolong it to like 2 more days, or 20 years, or 1,000 years. No, we're in the generation now for Yahushua to come back. That same generation that was with Yahushua, and he walked the earth, same one that came back now, the reincarnation. Because you know that through faith. Yahweh Bashem Shai willing, Yahweh Abaratazah, I be of the elect. You know, we be of the elect, sincere brothers and sisters, and achieve salvation and be delivered. That same generation is back. Nothing new under the sun. Just thought about Noah could very well be the prophet and not in the spirit world teaching right now. Interesting. Alright. So, yeah, this place is vexing. America, Babylon the Great, is very vexing. But it will be destroyed. So yeah, if you was wondering where this video, David first channel, part 1, part 2. I took audio from Manatazak Banyamyan, yeah. Although the video he probably did with the audio is probably taken down. America soon to be destroyed. Shalom. The beginning piece of the part 2 is going to be on the more graphic side, so view discretion is advised. On that note, Shalom. 12 tribes of Israel chart. Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bashem, Oshai, Bashem, Rakal Kodash, Barakte Yahweh, Barakte Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Double honor to the elder G, my great wisdom. Shalom.